I've started with a full version of it here. Is the Rhyac Czech Nymph. Rhyac Czech, that's a bit of a mouthful, is a type of Caddis that it's a free-swimming Caddis, and it's probably the widely imitated pattern within the Czech Nymph range. And it's a quite simple combination of colours with green into a dark sort of greeny brown, nice shellback. So I'm going to take that one out and actually show you how to tie the fly. So here we have a Sprite hook. It's actually their buzzer hook, but it's perfect shape for this particular fly. You'll see that it's got a nice pronounced bend, but then a straightening out along the shank. And I like that particularly for Czech nymphs because of the shape that we're trying to produce and where we're trying to put the weight within the fly. To begin with, we'll take our lead wire, just simple, normal wrapping lead wire. This is 0.37 of a millimeter in thickness. And we'll begin winding near the tail end of the hook. So usually a couple of open turns to begin with, but you can just slide that more into place where you want it with your thumbnail. And as you're winding the lead, try and rotate it round the finger rather than clamping it and twisting it, as that can cause it to break midway through your wrapping. So just tighten up those turns, keep going. Right, this is very important. There are two things. You can either clip it off now and wrap again, or for this style of Czech nymph, I take an open turn back and then touch and turns. A bit fiddly when you've just got a tag of lead left. But this will help you create your fly shape. So you'll see how you've got a bit of bulk near the thorax there, and that's perfect for the pattern that we're tying. Thread, I've got the Semperfli Nano Silk 18.0 in black, and simply started off at the eye of the hook, build up a little bit of a thread base, just so that lead won't work forward, and then open turns, but quite loose so you're not splitting the wire, and then at the back and build in another little stopper to stop the lead opening out. Take our scissors, nip off the tag end that we don't need anymore, and what I like to do is just crisscross my thread turns. You can now put a bit more pressure on because theoretically that wire shouldn't be going anywhere now. And all that does is create a little web on top to stop the materials from bedding in too much. So take your material back down to the bend, and then we take our next material. For this, I've taken an empty bobbin and I've loaded it with 7/8 copolymer, so tippet material, and that's going to be our ribbing material for this fly. Leave it with finish tool. Get that back in a second. So we've got our rib here, and we'll just take a little tag end, place it, lay it up against the hook, and then wind down with our thread to trap it in place. Make sure the turns are quite strong. We don't want that to slide out at an inconvenient time later on. So the Czech nymph in this particular form is quite a technically challenging fly to begin with, but once you get the hang of tying them, they do become easier. And as I say, it's a fly that's worth going through the pain of learning to tie. in order to have a few in your box. Right, we're adding the next material in now, which is the Semperfli ultra thin skin. This is the 3mm version in golden brown, and I'm just cutting a little arrow shape just there. It's a rough arrow, and that's where we're going to tie it in. So to tie it in, I lay it flat against the shank of the hook, and then as I rotate the thread round, I allow the material to rotate into place so it will be on top of the shank. And as before, use our thread to bed everything in there. And now we've got one more material to add at this point. And the original Czech Nymphs that I tied used a gold rib at this point. And what I like is this new Semperfli one with the black and gold speckled effect. It just takes out that harshness of the gold, of just solid gold, and breaks it up a little bit. And I like having that half and half rather than full bling. And like we tied in the other two materials, just offer up a little tag end and trap it all in place there. Once that's all locked in, we're ready to start adding our body materials. So in this particular one, so Superfine dubbing is more associated with dry flies, but actually it's perfect for tying bodies on Czech Nymphs, where we want to have complete control over the taper and everything else. So I've taken Caddis green, perfect colour for a Caddis pattern. You'll see from the Superfine dubbing really long fibres. This is perfect for creating the body that we want. So we'll offer up some of the fibres and just trap in a small amount. Be aware that whenever you're tying, starting with a small amount of dubbing, it's going to show a lot more thread through. So you might have a dark section at the back. Get your locking turn in, and then you can begin to tighten your dubbing along the thread there and start your turns going forward. Because we're tying over lead, you will get an increase in taper early on. Once we get to about here though, we're now really looking to build that taper up a bit. Add in some more dubbing. You'll find with most of the flies tonight, they're quite dubbing hungry. So do be prepared to use a lot of dubbing when you're making these flies. I'll probably just get a couple more turns in. I'm just looking to come maybe sort of 2/3 of the way forward on this particular fly. If you wanted to add in a hot spot, this would be the part that you would do it. So you could add sort of red hot spot or a burnt orange, something like that. For this particular fly, I like to vary it between some with hot spots and some without. The one we're going to do right now is not going to have it. I'm simply going to go into my Thorax material, which is this African goat dubbing by Nature's Spirit in Canadian brown Leech. And the colour has a lot of olives in it and browns, and just a real combination which looks great. But also the nature of the material is it's quite buggy and spiky, so it will give you the leggy profile that we're looking for in this fly. So wind tightly. This is a dubbing that will naturally want to break out, and don't be too worried about sections, when they do, we want it to break free and offer us that leggy profile. And as I said, lots of dubbing in these flies. Get plenty more here. And now we're just looking to wind down and bring that taper back down nicely at the front. And there we go, make sure we're not catching any of the other materials there. What you can do at this point is just throw a little half hitch, make sure that catches, over. That means that the thread's just not going to go back on itself, which is good. And now we're going to take that gold rib that we put in. Nice open turns, just building slightly as we go, and then taking it through the thorax. You don't want too many in that position, and take our thread over the top, fold it back, and a couple of locking turns there. Then at this particular point, just to make things a little easier, throw in a whip finish tool, and I'm actually going to take my thread off. And we'll take the rib out, or the first rib I should say. Now we're going to look at bringing the back forward. This is where our copolymer rib that was secured in earlier comes into play. So we'll take one turn round the shank of the hook. Now the fish don't seem to mind, but one of the things that I try and do is take my rib, the second rib round, and put it on top of the first rib. Just makes everything look a bit tidier and as if it's meant to be. And then get to the front. This is where things get tricky. The rubber is obviously quite a slick material, as is the copolymer. So put a whip finish in, and we can hold that back out of the way, but don't cut anything off at that point, otherwise that can spell disaster. Get your nano silk again, and a bit fiddly here, but tie that in, cut out the tag, and now we're just going to bring the back forward, place a couple of thread turns on top, hold that out the way, and we can take the clear rib out the way. Now we're just going to trim the back out, pull it up a little bit, cut it so there's just a small amount showing, and then get your thread and just flatten it down at the front there. And then we'll take our whip finish tool now. One, second one for luck. And there we have it, the Rhyac Czech Nymph with all the materials on. We've got one last little job to help it fish even better, and that's take your dubbing needle and just prise out some of those African goat fibres just in the thorax area. Make sure that you don't pull too much on the rib. You don't want to break that at any point, as that's obviously holding a lot of the fly together at this stage. But there you have it, the nice buggy Rhyac with a bit of weight in it to fish down in the lower levels of the river. These legs will move about in the water and look really appetizing for any passing trout or grayling that could be feeding there. So make sure that's in your box and you'll be doing fairly well on any river.